Campfire family, and welcome back for our third craft of today with some campfire. So today we are making nice little doors for our fairies. And what we'll need for this, our materials for this activity, are either 6 large craft sticks or 8 small ones. So these ones are a bit wider than like a normal popsicle stick. But if you have regular size ones that are not quite half, a little more than half the size of this one, you can definitely use those. But I have these thicker ones, and you can see that mine are colored. So yours can be colored to start out. They could not. If you have regular colored popsicle sticks, you can color them really easily. They pick up color really well. You can just use like regular washable markers on these. I will say it is very difficult to put a small design on here just because the wood soaks up the liquid from the marker, and so that can be really difficult for patterns to show up. But you could do something like polka dots or a couple swirls here and there and that sort of thing if you just want to make yours a little fancier. All right, so either 6 or 8 popsicle sticks depending on the size, and then we need 1 button, and I brought a couple different buttons today just because, or I have a few to show today just because I wanted to show some options with that. And then as far as our tools that we'll need to do this, we'll need glue, either liquid glue like Elmer's glue or hot glue. Again, I'm going to use hot glue today just because it is a much faster drying glue. Liquid glue definitely works, it just takes a little longer to dry. All right, and we're going to need scissors, and they need to be decent scissors because we are going to be cutting some of the popsicle sticks today. So again, here is our nice little door. We're going to be making this together, and you'll see for this next one that I did a very different color scheme. You can do all one color, you can do like I did all different colors, whatever you want to do, and to make it your own. To really get started, I have 4 of the wide popsicle sticks here. If you have small ones, you're going to want 6 in a row. However, with the wider ones, you need 4. Otherwise, it's just too big and it doesn't quite look right. Though, you can use whatever you have. I'm going to just make sure that all of the ends are lined up with each other. And I might do this a couple more times too. We just want them in a nice line together. So I just used another popsicle stick to do that. Our next step is to create this part here. And these two are the same stick. So that means we need to cut it in half. This part, the right length, I'm going to line up the edge here. And this is another place that I can use another popsicle stick, just to make sure it's all the way lined over, and just make a little mark on my popsicle stick, and that will make sure that it is the correct length. And the nice part is if you mark it on this side, you can always glue that side down so that nobody sees it. So now I'm going to cut this as close to that line as possible. Ooh. You'll see this one's just a little bit longer. So I'm going to stack these together. And the one that's a little bit longer is the side that we did not. So it would actually overhang by quite a bit over here. So I'm just going to line these 2 up. Put that line there. And cut off just that itty bitty bit. And these aren't the best scissors, but it does help to have wider scissors to do this, just so you can open them more and get more of the power there. Alrighty. So now you get to decide which side you want the curvy part. Do you want the curvy part all on the right side, all on the left side, or do you want one facing one way and the other the other? I'm going to go with them both on the side. The curvy part will be on the side where I'm going to put the doorknob or the button. Once you have that decided, Then we're going to glue on these two pieces. So with this, I noticed there's this little rough spot on the edge here. So I'm going to put the glue on that side so that that imperfection is hidden. Make sure if you're using hot glue that you either get help from an adult or that you are very, very careful. It's really nice. This part is nice because I can feel it's warm in here, but I'm not worried about burning my fingers by pressing down on the wood because there's enough material here that I'm just not worried that it's going to burn me. And you don't need a ton of glue, you just need a line down the middle. You don't want a lot of glue oozing out of the sides. So you actually need less than you think. Well, less than I think. There's actually a little glue oozing out there. That's okay, it's still going to look good. Alright, and before I press this one down, I'm going to decide I want to move it up just a little bit. Okay. And press that down. There we go. So our next step is to put in this middle line, and that is another one that's going to take our pencil along here. Oh, see this side, you can see this one actually has a little bit of a piece that could splinter off there, so I am going to use more of this end of our stick. Alright, so with this one, you want to line it up to the corner there and the corner there, and then do your best to draw that line. Could actually work even better if I did this. Now the important part is making sure that it's lined up on the back so you don't put in the line, or you don't draw the line in a place you don't want it. Okay. So I'm going to draw on the back here. That's actually going to cut off almost perfectly the part where it's splintering off. So now I have this line here. I'm going to cut off. Alright, I have to remember. Yep, that was that. Alright, and I'm going to add some glue here. Now this one, it does matter which side you put it on. I'm going to pick this up very carefully. Line it up on this side. Alright. We're already ready for our last step. So we're already at the point where we're going to add our button, that is our doorknob. Now if you don't have buttons, you could draw this on, or you could use a sticker, or you could use a lot of things. You could get really creative with this. Now it just so happens that I have some buttons, so I'm going to try out some different ones. This one's pretty big. I like the polka dots. But this one, it looks a little big for me. So I'm going to see if I want a black button as my doorknob or a white button as my doorknob. I'm going to go with the white one. It just pops better. Now this one I have to be really careful with because this is a much smaller thing. So this is very easy. If you're using hot glue, you could very easily burn yourself. So you want to be extra careful. So a little dab of glue. I'm going to drop my button carefully on there. Then I'm going to use my scissors to push it down into the glue. And here we have it. Here are our fairy doors. Hope you've enjoyed crafting with us today, making our fairy houses, our flower fairies, that's better, and our adorable doors. So I hope that you got to be creative, maybe find a new spark, and just have fun with us today. Thanks for watching.